That's understood. Traffic information coming up from the south is Star first. She'll be boarding approximately 1600 southwest of the Nav Tower. Julia Trader, Southampton VTS. With your draft, sir, you may proceed directly south. So you do not require the channel, so yes, just one vessel affecting you. Coming up the board shortly. Julia Teresa, Southampton VTS. Okay, traffic information, the Ocean Marlin, north of the New Grounds Buoy, he's surveying. And then there's one VLCC, the Fairway, and Tug Phoenix approaching the Nav Tower from the east in the deep water.
VTS, the Queen Anne, good afternoon.
Queen Anne VTS, good afternoon.
Yeah, afternoon, Gemma. Parton Ball 46 outward bound. This one's for Zeebrugge. Drafts 8 metres, no reported defects, and hoping to get away from the Hamwing cow has got moving.
Queen Anne VTS will receive, thanks. Can you just repeat your draft? Sorry, I lost everything for a second.
Yeah, it's 8 metres. 8.
All copy, thank you. And is the ship going to Zeebrugge?
Yeah, to Zeebrugge, yeah. And if you're ready with the pen, I've got numbers as well. Yeah, BTS, the Queen Anne, are you ready for numbers?
Queen Anne VTS, yes, please.
Yeah, okay. Just 2902, crew 1216, which supposedly totals 4118 plus 1.
All received, thank you.
Maersk Barley, Red Eagle.
Red Eagle, Maersk Barley, all attention.
Yeah, good afternoon. Are you happy if we come up your starboard side? It will just enable this car boat to get off quicker.
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks for the call.
Okay, thanks.
Afternoon, Rich. Afternoon, Lee.
Afternoon, all. And again, sorry for holding anyone up.
Ahoy, shipmates! Quite a busy little afternoon here. Apparently the Maersk Barley's a little bit behind schedule. Pilot's been apologising as he's been coming all the way up, because at the same time as the Maersk Barley arriving, we've also got the Minjiangku about to depart. She's here and as soon as she goes, then the Queen Anne will also go.
Fairway, BTS is all received, thank you. Traffic information, Julia Trace is on the west of St Helens now. She'll be outbound via the New Grounds Buoy to drift.
Yeah, suddenly got very busy here in port. Rather peculiar. A couple of tugs here with the Maersk Barley, the Svitzer Melton and the Svitzer Bargate. The Maersk Barley is... Where does she come from? Come from Colombia, no less. From Santa Marta in Colombia. That's a fair old journey. If I could operate the mouse and operate my computer at the same time, I'd tell you how long that's taken. It looks like she's been at anchor for a little while as well. But just one departure for the cruise ships today, and that is the Queen Anne. She's off on a 7-day round Europe trip, calling in at Zeebrugge in Belgium, Rotterdam in the Netherlands, Hamburg in Germany, and then back to the waterfall, Southampton. And she's already called in with the numbers. Very good of her, I thought. I can see the numbers somewhere. Where are they? 2,902 passengers.
CTS, Ninjanku.
Ninjanku, please.
That's the one that's about to depart.
Yeah, afternoon. Are we clear to sail?
The ferry's coming past. It's all very busy. The red jet's being held up.
Ninjanku, some BTS. Yes, clear it to sail. Thank you.
Okay, singling up, letting go.
Yeah, so the next one away is this one here on the left of our screen, the Yingjiangku, I think that's what it was. There you go. See a cup, can't see the tugs. It's all these ferries parked everywhere. It's like, it's like rush hour here in port at the moment. Then we have the old Starlings and their murmurations whizzing around again. Yeah, so Queen Anne, she has quite a few passengers on board. Now, she has a maximum double occupancy of 2,996. So she's around about maximum double occupancy. 1,216 crew, which is about full complement of crew. As like all the ships that depart at the moment, no ships are really departing empty, are they? They're, at the worst, they're around about maximum double occupancy. And sometimes they're beyond that as well. Of course, Queen Anne, relatively new ship here in port, only a year old. We can't really see the lines either because the Red Falcon's in the way. It's quite a challenge at the moment. We are just approaching the sunset. Well, there's a bit of an orange glow over there in the distance. Well, we see on the Isle of Wight. I noticed on the Isle of Wight that the Solent was looking very green earlier on. Very green and calm. There was a little white fishing boat just bobbing round, and it was almost like some sort of artificial image. The fishing boat was just pure bright white, and the sea was, well, the Solent was sort of greeny bluey colour. Queen Anne, she's got her lights on up there, the illuminated sign. No one's up there giving us a wave. Itching cam is pointing the wrong direction. And so is Netley cam pointing the wrong direction. Okay, I need to rectify that. Looking dry on the road, so it's very mild today. Let's have a check on the weather, shall we? Currently, the wind has picked up a little, but it's still pretty gentle. Visibility, 21.7 nautical miles. And we are just over 11 degrees centigrade, 86% humidity. It is very mild indeed. In fact, I was out and about this morning doing a few things outside, and the sun came out for a bit, and it was really rather pleasant when the sun came out. You could almost have fooled yourself into thinking it was spring. Ferry cam, the ferry terminal's looking very busy. There's the Maersk Barley coming in, with the pilot apologising profusely as he came up to Southampton Water for delaying everyone. I'm guessing you're supposed to arrive a little bit earlier. That would have been my guess. What's going on at Fawley? No flames at the moment. We've got a lot of flames going on at Fawley. No flames at the moment. Ahoy there, shipmates in the chat. Plenty of shipmates in the chat. Ahoy there, Georgina Stevenson. And ahoy there, Simon Bolton. Ahoy there, Keris. Ahoy there, James Dawson. Ahoy there, Sue Hawks. I wonder if you've managed to find somewhere to put your picture up, Sue Hawks. Ahoy there, Nicholas Saw. Oh, James Dawson says, coming to you live from an Azuma train racing towards Stevenage. Blimey. I didn't know you could get a decent signal on trains these days. Having just passed the sign where a Mallard broke the speed record in 1938. Wow. It is now officially sunset as well. Ahoy there, Spike. Ahoy there, Alan Britton. Shipmate Michael White from Barrycock thinks that Queen Anne needs to fix the lights. I'm wondering if the lights are off on the E's or if it's just the angle we're looking at. But it does distinctly look like the lights are off, doesn't it? Because every other letter clearly has a nice border around it, and Queen Anne has nothing at all. Just a double E. It's like my game of Wordle. Those the double letters. Shipmate Sue Hawks, who won the competition to guess the order of the departing ships some while back. I don't remember when that was now. That was probably in, when was that? Last year somewhere. And she wanted a picture of Britannia, and she's popped it up in her hallway. Fantastic. I do need to make a few more pictures for myself, I've realised.
VTS to Queen Anne.
Queen Anne, VTS.
Yeah, Gemma, do we have traffic clearance once the Ming Jing Cow has gone?
Queen Anne, VTS, yep.
Okay.
It's not just the captain that gets the names of the ships wrong or can't pronounce them properly. Now, in case you're wondering, shipmates, I am the captain of the Solent Ships YouTube channel, broadcasting you live and direct from the port of Southampton. Hello, there's a green flashing light there. Do they have a Christmas tree on the front of their ship? I didn't notice that earlier. I think they do, don't they? Oh, let's see if I can zoom in on the Christmas tree. A little bit of a challenge here. Come on. Yeah, let's go. Right, slow down. I think that's a nautical Christmas tree. Now, do you think it flashes green on starboard side and red on the port side? That's very festive. And if you like to play the Captain's Banner Bingo, I'm going to call that mere sort of 11 minutes into 10 minutes into the broadcast. That is a Christmas tree, isn't it? It's not, I'm not just imagining that. It's not just the angle I'm looking at, or... Excellent. I've not seen a Christmas tree. Well, you wouldn't have thought the Maersk Bali container ship would have been celebrating Christmas, would you? I'm guessing it's operated by Philippines. Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe they are. Right, we're just waiting for the Min Yang Ko to depart. She has the Spitzer Eleanor, and I think there's Spitzer Mercurius for company. Looks like her AIS position's not quite right. If I show you on the map here. So I'm thinking that this is the front of the ship. Well, the front of the ship's probably here. Because I know the position of the tugs are right, because he's definitely not parked on the land. I don't know what's going on there. Occasionally they get the positions wrong. Someone's inputted some data wrong somewhere. The most hilarious ones I find are when you get a small ship that's something like 10 metres long, or sort of 20 feet, 20, 30 foot sailing boat. Somebody's put in, instead of putting in 20 or 30 feet, they've put in 200 or 300 feet. And you think, what on earth's that coming up the Solent? But it's not, it's just someone has input the incorrect information. Oh, there's shipmate Morgan from Deck 8 Midships. First time on Queen Anne. Ooh. Hope you can have a good trip, shipmates. I was looking at the weather earlier. There's some rather nasty weather coming into Wales and I would guess Southern Ireland. I could show you that now, couldn't I? And why don't I show you that now rather than click on about it? Here we go. Right. So, we're down here in the wonderful port of Southampton and our wind is very pleasant indeed, somewhere around about 10 knots, which is true. That is what it's reading. But if we zoom out a bit and we look over here to southern Wales, this is St David's down here, isn't it? Look at that. We are experiencing somewhere in the region of 35 to 40 knots of wind. Quite unpleasant, I would imagine. Quite unpleasant indeed. Sounds like the Queen Anne is ready to go, so we don't have to wait too long for her. She arrived in early yesterday. I believe it was due to a technical issue. Some electrical issue, I think one of the shipmates expanded upon. But what exactly the electrical problem was, I don't know. I don't know if it was to do with propulsion or making sure the kettles had adequate power. Or perhaps there was too many Christmas trees decorating the various areas on the ship and it was causing the power outage. Hey, that Christmas tree is really effective, isn't it? I can see it flashing away there. Excellent. Well, the shipmate Swoodhall said, would there be anything big to see tomorrow morning as I'm on the red funnel? Good question, shipmate. Let's have a quick look. I'm not sure. There will be 2 cruise ships in. Depends what it means by big, and depends what time you're in, of course. But tomorrow we will have the Aurora and Queen Mary 2 in. You won't really see Queen Mary 2, but Aurora will be at the Ocean 46 berth, so you'll see her. Unless you're going really early in the morning, but I wouldn't have thought you are. With regards to other ships, let's have a look. If maybe you might be lucky and you might be departing just as something's arriving or departing. Let's have a look. Let's assume that you're departing something like... Well, nothing particularly... No, nothing particularly big leaving. 1:30, there's a Ro-Ro leaving from 104. That's about it for departures. Maybe something will... That's for arrivals, right? Let's have a check of departures. Might be something departing before then. Midday, there will be a container ship from STC-1. You might see that. Possibly not then. If you said in the morning, you're probably not going to see a great deal. Yeah, it does look distinctly like those letters are not working, doesn't it? The double E there in the middle. Right, okay, the Yangming, whatever it's called, is on her way. She's currently holding up. Costco Shipping, currently holding up the departure of Queen Anne. 12 o'clock to Cows. Yeah, I don't think you're going to see much, shipmate. Unfortunately. There is a 12 o'clock departure from STC-1, but your ferry will depart before the container ship does. Not going to see a great deal tomorrow, unfortunately. Oh, the shipmate Liz McLachlan, she's up there in the Scotland. More than 40 knots here, she said, just back from a dog walk.
Lansing, Southampton.
Did you walk the dog or did you just fly the dog? That is the Svitzer Eleanor there. Eleanor Tugby.
Lansing, Southampton VTS. Question. Are you proceeding to anchor? Lansing, Southampton VTS. Received. Thank you. Information. You may anchor your vessel in Nav Anchorage, well, south of Nav Anchorage 11. I repeat, to the south, 1 nautical mile south of Nav Anchorage 11.
Oh, well, the shipmate Patriotic Duty says just off of Queen Anne, divers in the water
Lansing,
and heavy machinery on the dockside this morning outside of my cabin. Just home, not sure if delayed departure. No, departure is not delayed so far. Was a choppy ride. Stabilisers may be the problem. Okay, maybe the stabilisers got jammed or something. Okay, interesting to know. Thanks, like shipmate.
Lansing, come to VTS. Call VTS again, please. Channel 12, when you are in position, ready to drop your anchor.
The Minjiang-ku. She is off to Port Said. Port Said. In Egypt. What she's exporting. Range Rovers.
Southwest VTS, good afternoon.
Well, this shipmate Sally Churchill says on board now, no delay, due to sail very soon. You're absolutely right. Pilot's called in, said everything's good to go. He's even given us the passenger and crew numbers. We're just waiting for the Costco Yang Ming.
Southwest BTS all received, thank you. Traffic information in the deep water route to the northeast of you is the fairway for Southampton VLCC with Tug Phoenix. Ocean Marlin, Nav Envoy, is doing surveys, and that's it for you.
Well, the shipmate Chris Hollis says, "Oh, is the car boats? How do you go?" Everything else. Well, I'm not sure if it was the car boat, because I think it was the container ship that held up the car boat, and that's now holding up the cruise ship. It's a cascading delays.
Southwest BTS is all received, thank you.
There we go. You can see the Svitzer Curious there, just at the stern. She'll come round and start whipping it round. Oh, I should check the outside microphone, shouldn't I? Better give that a quick go. Sounds a bit windy. Which way's the wind direction? It just picked up a little bit now, gusting to 18 knots. South-southwest, good. Southwest, we should hear the horn nice and clearly. Just knock that on the head for the moment. Eleanor Tugby there. She'll be pulling the bow around. Looks like the Minjiang Ku has one bow thruster. Just the one. Probably not enough to allow her to fully manoeuvre.
VCS, Roger 6, departing Town Quay.
Roger 6, BTS with caution, please. Min Yang 2, mid-swing off the ocean docks, then proceeding outbound.
Thank you.
Minyang Ku came from Belgium, stopped into Southampton, and now on its way to Egypt. Very vertical front on the front of that one. Looks like it's couldn't quite stop in time and it's hit a wall, doesn't it? There is absolutely zero design choice in the design school of Ro-Ros. It's get as much as you can out of the smallest possible volume. Fueled by LNG. Well, the shipmate Vexoni, he says, question, Solent Ships. What website do I use to look at where the ships are? I use my ship tracking because I send them data myself from my AIS receiver here in port, and because of that, I get free premium. I get free pro or premium quality access to the website, which means I don't get adverts. And I prefer. There's a couple of them. There's Vessel Finder.
DTS, Roger 6, could I trouble you for a ocean dock tide gauge, please?
6, BTS 2.77.
2.77, thank you.
There's a couple of them out there. Vessel Finder, Marine Traffic. I like the graphics best on my ship tracking. It's just got very clear graphics. It works well for presentation. The other ones probably have more information. Certainly Marine Traffic's got more pictures. Just trying to work out how old this vessel was. Couldn't see. You can see the loading ramp here at the stern. That's how they get all the wheeled vehicles and cargo on and off the ship. Now, blast. But we are waiting for the departure of Queen Anne. She's radioed in. She's all ready to go. Just a case of Waiting for the Yang Ming to get out of the way. Let's have a look. I can see the lines here now. There's nothing blocking our view today for a change. Yeah, there we go. We can see the lines.
Can I have some BTS all received? Thank you.
It's a bit fast. There we go. Looking a bit dark over there on the Solent. Yeah, I need to move netly initiating cams. I've forgotten to start up my other phone so I can control these cameras.
BTS agree now, we're starting to single up on 46.
Can't see you singling up.
Queen Anne, some BTS all received. Thank you.
Thank you.
You can see just in the few minutes we've been broadcasting, it's already started to get dark. You see the light from the tug is on there. Queen Anne really is singling up. Oh, there she is, yeah. Oh, yep, lines coming in. Oh, those shipmates popped out there quickly, didn't they? Lines coming in from Queen Anne. She's off on a 7-day round trip to Hamburg. Calling in at Zeebrugge for Bruges in Belgium, Rotterdam in the Netherlands. You'll be right by the Erasmus Bridge, and then up to Hamburg in Germany. A day at sea on the way back to Port Southern. I also noticed it's an overnight in Zeebrugge, which is quite a good one because it's a little distance to get from the ferry. A little distance to get from the cruise ship into the port there. So I think overnight is excellent. I would much prefer the overnight there because Bruges is, if you haven't been, it's a wonderful city to walk around. Like the Belgium Venice. There was a shipmate just subscribed there. Unfortunately, I didn't see it, so I was staring elsewhere. But many thanks for subscribing, shipmate.
So, Ferry BTS, she's just going to stations now. She was slightly delayed by the car boat splitting off.
Shipmate Spike said, yes, there's been an exciting descent in the lifeboat on the car transporter. I know, I'd love to do it. I've seen training videos where people train for departing a commercial ship in a lifeboat like that, and it does look very exciting. There is actually down at Walsash on the River Hamble, there's a couple of lifeboat launches. Not quite as high as that, but very similar. Queen Anne due away next. Carboats, yes, they're called the Ro-Ros carboat. Roll-on, roll-off ferries, essentially. Roll-on, roll-off cargo vessels. Mainly cars on board. Occasionally you get buses, some lorries. You may also get agricultural machinery, like road laying equipment, JCBs, or diggers, all those sorts of things. You get lots of those lined up on there, but essentially it's mainly Range Rovers and Minis and that sort of thing being exported, and of course some things being imported. Now, the lines are coming in on Queen Anne now. I wonder if I might have a little preemptive outside microphone. Normally quite good, the Queens, the Cunards, about honking. There's the car boat departing. You see, it's got quite dark already, isn't it? Looks like Svitzer Eleanor's finished, and the Svitzer Mercurius is finished. They've both finished. Wonder where they're going to go next. Wonder if they'll...
Southampton VTS, Spitzer Eleanor.
Oh, there you go. There's Eleanor Tugby.
Eleanor VTS.
Yeah, VTS, good evening again. That's us finished on the Minyanku, heading up to SCT for the outbound container ship.
There we go. That's where they're heading, up to the container ship.
Eleanor South to VTS, that's all received. Thank you.
Yeah, VTS Mercurius, evening. Yeah, likewise, same for us. Thanks.
Mercurius VTS, copy. Thank you.
There they are, both heading up to STC5 to escort a container ship. I'm not sure which one that will be. Possibly the CMA CGMO Vasco da Gama, I would think. Vasco da Gama was an explorer, if I remember correctly.
Julia Tracer, Southampton VTS, received traffic information. Coming in from the east is the Nordic Ray, should be going west of the Nav Tower. And the Lancing, she's about 9 miles out from the Nav Tower and is proceeding to anchor south of Nav Anchorage 11. Over.
And the Queen Anne is on the move. Oops, no, you want that one. Pressing the wrong buttons here. Easily done.
VTS, Mingjanku, passing Western Shelf. And question, is it a port disembarkation at the nav?
Ninjanku VTS, yes please, Port House.
It's quite a good time, even though the sun set at 4 o'clock. We've got a little while when it's still light. There's a bit of ambient light in the sky. And I do enjoy this time when you get the natural light and also all the lights on board the ships. Oh, well, this should be Barbara. Yeah, no, she's our Swiss correspondent.
Security, all ships. This is Southampton VTS, the navigational warning. Information containers are adrift in the vicinity of the nav tower. Advice vessels must pass south of the outer nav buoys and at least 1 nautical mile west of the nav tower. All vessels are to keep a good lookout and navigate with extreme caution. Report any sightings of containers to Southampton VTS on Channel 12. Southampton VTS.
Still looking for these containers that fell off the Baltic Clipper a while ago. So there's the nav tower. So I think they're suggesting that the containers are still around here. There were a couple of containers that washed up on Selsey Bill, spilt their load of bananas. I think there was only 2 or 3 containers. Bananas, plantains and avocados. The general public has been warned not to eat them. Apparently they could be poisonous. I'm a little sceptical. I think it's just stopping people going up and down the beaches and taking all the bananas. Maybe bananas don't do well in seawater, of course. And it doesn't look like we're going to get any honking from Queen Anne either. Very disappointing. A relatively relatively few shipmates out on their balconies. It is quite mild out there, although the wind has picked up in the last half an hour or so. Oh, shipmate Barbara says, oh, plenty of snow in the mountains. Excellent. I have a friend actually nearby. Where are they staying now? Can't think where they're staying. Somewhere in Switzerland. It will come to me. Zurich. Looking forward to some snow in the mountains. So they can go skiing.
Fairway, VTS. Traffic update, Queen Anne underway.
Oh, Elizabeth Leeborn says that the Queen Anne looks pretty all lights on. Yeah, it really does, because it's just the right level of dark. So it's not too dark, it's a bit of ambient light. Well, the shipmate Wayno says, nice to see Queen Anne in port, booked on her for a mini 4-day at end of next year. End of next year? Oh, that's a long time to wait. Yeah, there's just quite a few 4-dayers here and there. Don't see any flags or waving. Don't see any too many passengers on the top deck either. Shipmate Barbara, oh, she says, yesterday many people went into the mountains for skiing, saw them at the train station. I wonder if that was the first day of the year. I mean, I don't know what the weather was like in Switzerland, but here today it's actually been quite pleasant. It would have been a good day to go skiing. Well, the shipmate Elizabeth Eagle says, why do ships depart when my dinner is nearly ready? Ah, they know, shipmates, they know. It's a sixth sense they have. Just like when I'm waiting for an hour and a half for a ship to depart and it doesn't depart, and I nip down to the galley to grab myself a drink, and when I come back upstairs, it's slipped its lines and it's shot off. There's a bit of flaming going on there over at Fawley. Can't quite see the wing bridge. That's the wing bridge in the centre of the picture there. We can't quite see through it. Sometimes you can see through it and see the
BTS, Red Eagle, shortly away from Raw Pier, please.
Red Eagle, VTS, with caution, please. Queen Anne, exiting the ocean dock.
All copy, thank you.
BTS.
Red Osprey, VTS, traffic information, Min Yanku, at the lane Lake Boy, outward bound. She's not clear channel. The Queen Anne's just exiting the ocean dock and she will be exiting.
Yep, Queen Anne's on her way, and then tomorrow we've got 2 ships in. So we've had a whole period where we didn't have many ships in port, many cruise ships, and then we've got a whole period of ships, like 2 ships a day. 2 ships tomorrow, 2 ships Tuesday, 2 ships Wednesday, and then 2 ships Friday. It's going to be a double ship week. Tomorrow we've got Aurora and Queen Mary 2. Aurora departing at 4. Queen Mary 2 at 6.
BTS, the Ocean Sea, Nassau secure at Millstone Point and closing down for the night.
Ocean Sea, VTS, all received. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tuesday, Balmoral at 5 o'clock, Queen Victoria at 4 o'clock, and then Wednesday's probably the best day. We've got 2 ships at 4 o'clock, the Arcadia and the Ventura. Ideally, one will pass the other, and the 2 P&Os will honk. We've been a bit short-changed on the honks lately. We saw Queen Anne arrive on Is it Saturday lunchtime? Was it when Queen Anne arrived? Forgetting where we are now. She arrived some lunchtime anyway. No, Saturday at 4 o'clock she arrived. That's right. 4 o'clock arrival on Saturday. And bang on the dot too as well. Pretty much in the port on the quayside at 4 o'clock on the dot. See, she does light up the water quite well, the Queen Anne. A lot of light spilling down the side. There we go. You can see right down the stern, right down the port side now as she spins around. Well, shipmates, Parish says, good evening, Captain. We were on the Queen Anne a couple of weeks back to Rotterdam. Why is there no actual emergency drill anymore? We had to watch a video. That seems to be the way it goes these days. You watch a video presentation in your cabin and then off you go on your cruise. I think that's probably, they probably think that's more effective. Maybe on the outside microphone. Which is a shame because I'm just hearing some honks. The wind must have picked up. I think it's going to be too noisy, the wind. Maybe not. Oh, it's a bit of a lull. Well, got a few honks, but yeah, the wind has picked up annoyingly. Probably watching the videos for your emergency drill when I was on Norwegian Aqua, brand new ship heading across the Atlantic to New York. Every time I turned the television on in the morning to find out on the map where exactly we were, I had to watch the safety drill every morning. I thought it was a bit excessive. Well, this should be Andrew Francis says, good evening, Captain. Hope you've had a good weekend from Andy and Joanne. Yes, had a wonderful weekend, should we? Actually, the weather's been very good indeed. I've been doing lots of odd jobs. Looks like she's heading slightly to starboard, doesn't it? Let's have a look on the map. Probably just a bit of an optical illusion, I expect. Yeah, no, I think she is. Quick look on the map. There we go. Slightly pointing slightly to starboard. Probably going around the Parsifal. Oh, a little sailing boat. Oh, I see. I think, actually, just noticed on cruise cam, I think Queen Anne was going around this sailboat here. Because I did see her veer quite heavily to starboard, noticeably. So there we go, the little sailboat. Coming into port with his sail up. I'm sure the pilot muttered some words under his breath there. Shipmate Keris or MSC, we watched a video, dialed the code through the phone, and then went to the muster station. Scan our cards. That's right. I remember that. One of the ones I was on, you had to dial a code in. It's quite clever. I mean, it does make you watch it. And they are quite good explanatory videos. Let's have a look. You can see this little sailboat. There's that little sailboat that was potentially causing Queen Anne to change her course and avoid her. Lovely silhouette of Queen Anne from the side here. She does look good. Plenty of lights on. I'd imagine quite a few of the shipmates have probably got their suitcases delivered to their cabins now, or if not, they've got the appropriate things they need in their handbag. It's probably changing, making use of those Cunard white dressing gowns, bathrobes, before heading down for a pre-dinner cocktail, maybe something rum-based. Just a little bit of lights left over there. The sun more or less sets behind the Queen Anne.
BTS, the Queen Anne at Western Shore.
Queen Anne BTS received Western Shopping.
Thank you. Guesstimate will be about 45-50 minutes of the PC.
Understood, thank you. The fairways at the Horse Elbow buoy now.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, it has a bit of colour in the sky, isn't there? Well, the Shipmate Shepherd book said it was on Carnival Legend a couple of weeks ago. We had a full muster drill. First time for me. It was interesting. Yeah, it is quite interesting, I guess, being on a full muster drill. Well, shipmate Darren says, love this ship. Must book a cruise on it. I think you should. No excuses. Oh, the shipmate Spike got any news on counters. Oh, you remind me. I'll do that later. I'll stick a link up. I'm not sure where I'll put it. I'll put a link up somewhere, and I'll let everyone know. Not ideal this year, the calendars, but I'll make improvement for next year. We have 2 departures tomorrow, Monday. Aurora and Queen Mary 2. 2 departures on the Tuesday, Queen Victoria, Balmoral. 2 departures on the Wednesday, Arcadia, Ventura. And then 2 departures on the Friday, Aurora and MSC. Hosea. Well, the shipmate Darren Ransley, welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for becoming a member of the channel. Make your way down to the galley, grab yourself a mug of grog, and make use of those channel membership benefits, like joining our Discord server, for example. Shipmate Parish, I'm just looking back for the chat here. Shipmate Parish says, Black Friday deal on Queen Anne was brilliant. 14-day cruise in August 2026 was £5,060 with £1,360 spending for the couple. That does seem quite reasonable, actually. £5,000 for a couple. I don't know, he didn't say if that was a balcony or inboard. Guten Abend, Kex. I see Kex is in the chat. Oh, good question there from James Dawson. Did we establish if the EE is on the port side working? No, we didn't. No, I should have. I didn't think about zooming in on them. I would assume they are, but no. It's a good question, that. Indeed, it is sail before power is the general polite way of navigating the water. I think so. I think sometimes some of the sailors can take that to an extreme against an oil tanker. There's an excellent bit of footage on YouTube of a sailboat tacking right in front of a tanker that's just departed from Fawley, and it gets the anchor that's out of the front of the container ships gets caught up in the mast, and it just drags it along. I mean, it's not as if you can miss them, is it there? That's right, 300 metres long. It's 50, 60 metres high. What is the forecast for the rest of the week like, I wonder?
Nordic Grey, Southampton VTS, all received, thank you.
Potentially a little bit rainy for tomorrow's departures. And Tuesdays. Fog again Wednesday. We had some fog last week. Excellent. Countless foghorns on Ferry Cam. Brilliant. Do love the foghorns. Very atmospheric. Looks like it's going to be cloudy on Wednesday. Thursday's going to be windy. Friday, clear-ish. It's not very good weather this time of year. Although I noticed it's fairly warm this week. Depends. You've always got a choice. What would you like? Would you like warm and wet or cold and clear?
Southampton VTS received, thank you. Monty tomorrow, your way 1800.
Oh, do like a bit of nautical terminology. Aye. Not often hear that. So the Ro-Ro we had on screen earlier, she is just passing the Fawley terminal. The Minyanku. What have you got here? Any interesting names? YM Saturn, Bo Gemini, Sandpiper Pacific. I mean, a whole load listed like White Moon and Blue Butterfly. I always find it amusing that dirty, grubby oil tankers have such delicately pretty names. Container ships seem to have names more in line with sort of commercial enterprises, quite sort of functional names, or explorers or things like that. But the oil tankers always seem to have quite pretty names. There might be a couple of tankers out at Anchorage.
The fairway, Fort Sidman's now countdown 5 down and 1 on. 103, please.
Fairway, Southampton VTS all received, thank you. And the Queen Anne's and Northwest Natalie outward bound.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks, Jim. Yeah, sorry to slow you down.
There's the fairway coming from Ingleside.
Yeah, that's all right, Jimbo. Soon be Christmas.
They are in a jolly mood, aren't they, the pilots today? In fact, the container ship fairway, which we're just watching on the map, comes from all the way from USA, Texas. Oh, not far from our shipmate Shepherd Book there. Looks like we've got the Ferry having a little race with the Cunard as well. That is the Red Eagle. 11.8 knots for the Red Eagle. 11.7 knots for the Queen Anne. Not much competition there. Shipmate Nicholas Saw says, wondering if the escaped containers are affecting where the ships can anchor at the nab. You could well be right, shipmate. Yeah, I am certainly there. The VTS are asking people to keep clear of in a certain range away from the nab tower.
Southampton VTS, star first.
But you could well be right. They could well be keeping clear of
Star
containers.
first, BTS.
Yeah, good evening to you. We'll call that ports in now. We'll go over to 11. Thanks for your help.
Star first, BTS. Good evening. That's all received. Thank you.
Star First. What is Star First? Star First is a reefer, a refrigerated vessel, probably another banana boat, maybe.
Yes, Mingyang Ku. Hook out main channel east.
Engine crew, Sam to VTS. Steve, thank you. Traffic information, the Fairway port in Mudbound.
Fairway force. Thank you.
Yes, they're arranging a pass between the Fairway and the Queen Anne here. I see there is some flaring going on down here at Nedley, down the refinery. Shipmate Carousel, yes. Oh, yeah, someone's asking the shipmate James Dawson what happened Friday. Yeah, there was a ship drifting. I don't remember the name of the vessel now.
Down to BTS, Spitzvare. That's us finished on the Maersk Valley. Going to tie up and wait at 203 for the SCT-1 sailing.
Bargate, BTS, copy. Thank you.
Yeah, the vessel drifting was getting short shrift from VTS about not responding to the radio and getting too close to the nab tower. So I'll probably say that some of these vessels obviously tend to be manned by non-English speaking people, Filipinos and such like. Sometimes you get someone on the radio who really doesn't understand much English at all, and they really struggle to communicate. And I think that's what was happening there. We couldn't hear the other side of the conversation. It was too far for us to pick up here in port on our radio, but we could hear VTS getting continually frustrated.
Fishing vessel Susanna, Sam to VTS.
There's the ferry. I don't think the ferry's going to be able to overtake before Cowshot.
Vessel Susanna, Southampton to VTS, all received. Thank you.
Saying that,
Traffic information, the Ocean Marlin, she's surveying around the deep water route, currently to the north of the Navigational buoy.
saying that currently the ferry is up to 12.1 knots and Queen Anne's down to 10.3, so maybe the ferry is going for the overtake on the outside, trying to cut in before Cowshot.
Most Barley, Sam to VTS, received.
Oh, well, the shipmate, thanks on me. Many thanks for your kind donation there, shipmate. Much appreciated. Should put that towards the Captain's Christmas Rum Fund.
Station calling at the same time. Great. TS quality, Southampton VTS.
It's difficult to tell from this angle because it looks like the ferry is overtaking, but it's more of a optical distortion.
VTS.
You actually look at the map, you can see the
Traffic information, Mingyangku. Reach outbound to the east, not clear channel. Queen Anne, Hadland, outbound, clear channel.
Queen Anne is now down to 9.5 knots. And Red Eagle, roughly 11.9. So I'm thinking letting the Red Eagle pass. Shipmate Johnny B says, my money's on the ferry. Yeah, I mean, the ferries have a bit of a tight timetable to keep. Only half an hour when they reach the destination, between giving you 15 minutes to offload and 15 minutes to onload. Not a lot of time. Shipmate Nicholas Orr says, yes, the Nab Tower already has a tilt without another vessel hitting it. It does, yes. It doesn't sit straight. Apparently, when they built it, it just sank slightly on one side, if I remember reading about that. So it's got a bit of a tilt to it, a bit of a list. In case you're wondering what the Nab Tower looks like, actually, I'll bring up a picture, because you might be interested to know what the Nab Tower looks like. I keep thinking about going out and seeing it one day in person. It's not too far away.
CS quality, Southampton BTS. CS quality, Southampton BTS.
There we are.
CS quality, Southampton BTS. Good afternoon. Send your message.
Apparently, according to the BBC, the story of the Solent Nab Tower lighthouse, once described as the Britain's oddest lighthouse. And there is just a lump. It's all automated these days, and there's no one actually on board. I'm not sure if anyone's ever actually lived on board like in the traditional lighthouse sense. But anyway, I'll stick that link to that BBC article in the chat if you're interested to know what the Nab Tower is all about.
Quality, Southampton BTS. Send your message.
There we go. Link there in the chat for you. Looks like the ferry definitely got the overtake now. She is level pegging as they approach the Esso refinery.
CS quality, Southampton BTS. You called BTS on channel 12. You sent your message to me.
And then the vessel that Queen Anne's going to pass with is the Fairway. She's just passing the forts on her way to Forley.
CS quality, Southampton BTS. Received 1800 southwest of Nab Tower. Question, what is your maximum saltwater draft? CS quality, Southampton BTS. Question, yes or no? Cancel my last, that's okay, thank you. Keep a good listening watch, please. Channel 12 for VTS and 9 for your pilot launch. Over.
Oh, well, the shipmate Darren Ramsey is asking, is anyone going on a cruise soon? I know we had a couple of shipmates saying they were going on Queen Anne today.
VTS question, how many crew do you have on board? Quality, Southampton VTS, all received, thank you.
Oh, shipmate Nicholas Saw says, yes, it had 3 keepers on board before automation. Oh, fascinating. I have seen some videos on YouTube of people wandering around and giving us a tour of the Nab Tower. It's now covered in sort of scaffolding.
Red spray, Red Eagle.
Well, I think it was covered in scaffolding. It's been a while since it's been over that way.
Eagle, Osprey.
Good evening, James. We'll go outside Forley Deep, so we'll stay outside the greens for the Queen Anne, if that helps.
Yeah, that's all copied. We'll head inside the Folly Deep and then we'll see green to green.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Green to green. Oh, the red funnel ferries are going to split Queen Anne between them. There we go, there's the ferry just there. Shipmate Lisa Sargent there's got some interesting information about the Nav Tower. It says during the First World War, the British Admiralty designed 8 towers, codenamed MN, that were built and positioned in the Straits of Dover to protect Allied merchant shipping from German U-boats. Designed by civilian Guy Monsell, the towers were to be linked together with steel nets and armed with 2 4-inch guns, the idea being to close the English Channel to enemy ships. Different times now, isn't it? Shipmate Marie Bell is going on Balmoral in January for Viking Festival and Burns Night cruise around the fields and Scotland. Hey, now that's an interesting cruise, isn't it? Viking Festival and Burns Night. Yes, no, if you go to some of the islands, I forget which islands it is. Is it the Outer Hebrides, Orkney, Shetlands? Anyway, one of those islands up there on New Year's Eve, they burn Viking boats. They produce a replica of a Viking boat and then burn it. Oh, the shipmate Pam Wolf, many thanks for your kind donation. Much appreciated, shipmate. I can see the 2 ferries on the left-hand side.
GSL, Christel, Elizabeth, Southampton VTS. Good evening, channel 09.
Yeah, it's already very dark now. Look at that. We started broadcasting and it was quite bright. And then very shortly we've gone dark. Lerwick, says Marybelle. There we are, Lerwick. Sometimes the captain's brain is a little slow to react. Shipmate James Dawson, any plans for a virtual pub get-together over Christmas? I do have the Solent Ships pub quiz, which I do need to organise a time to put that up. I've just been thinking, do you know what, I've realised that Christmas is rapidly approaching. So our captain does need to do something about that. So I'll probably do a pub quiz. Somewhen. Let's have a look. Maybe when should I do the pub quiz? I might put it out there, see when it works best for the most shipmates. Right, so 16th, 17th, 19th, no good, 20th, no good, 21st, no good, 22nd, 23rd, no good. Ooh, Christmas Eve, no. Ooh, I'm running out of time, shipmates. Yeah, maybe this Thursday. How about this Thursday? How does that sound, shipmates, for the Solent Ships pub quiz? Oh, maybe I'll set that for Thursday. There should be James Wilson. Yeah, Discord. Yeah, I'll probably put it on Discord. I suspect I'll make it. I'll make it a members only pub quiz so that you'll all be notified. Ah, there you go. There's the Cunard, just the other side of Cowshot Spit there. Yes, it's rapidly approaching Christmas, really. Oh, I could do it on the 22nd, we've got a ship. 23rd, I'm busy. 24th is Christmas Eve, I'm busy. 25th, Christmas Day, I'm not busy on Christmas Day or Boxing Day. I could do it then, I suppose. You could have a Boxing Day. Yeah. Christmas Day, couldn't I? Or no, Boxing Day. Boxing Day Solent Ships pub quiz. I'll probably do it this Thursday, I suspect. I'll arrange that once I finish this broadcast. Oh, there's ship at Vexon. I was asking about being picked for a moderator. I normally let the Spanners help me with that one. Carmen particularly is a good singer. And it looks like the Ro-Ro that was slowing down the departure earlier on of Queen Anne is now blocking our view of Queen Anne. There we go. Out the way, Ro-Ro. We'll probably see her again. She's zigzagging around the bramble bank there.
Ocean Marlin, Southampton VT.
Not too many more visits by Queen Anne in port before she heads off on her world cruise.
That's all received. You are number 2. The Nordic Ray is number 1. Over. Yes, clear to proceed. After your transfer, are you then outbound back to the nav tower? Over.
BTS, Red Eagle, hook out.
Red Eagle, that's all received. Queen Anne astern of you, inbound clear channel. Fairway tanker, approaching Mother Bank. Bresso, also clear channel.
All copy, thank you.
Oh, is that big tap?
Ocean Marlin, Southampton VTR.
Strangling myself.
Question, after your transfer at 1800, will you then be outbound? Over. Or received.
Well, she made Pat Nuggets after a link to the Discord server. Must have expired. I will send that to you now, shipmate. I think it expires after 7 days, unfortunately. I can make more permanent ones, but in the meantime, there is a 7-day link. Let me know if you need another one. Shipmate James also says Boxing Day could be a good shout. Yeah, maybe Boxing Day. I do have. It's really tricky to fit it all in. I'm quite busy, and I'm actually flying off on the 28th of December. So that's not desperately good. Let me have a think about it. I'll have a quick think about it later. I think probably Thursday.
Queen Anne, Red Eagle. Yeah, evening, Alex. Alex, we're not going to do this. We haven't got far enough ahead of you. So we'll just continue going outside the grids and we'll just sit off the west knoll and then we'll just go astern of you. Okay, thanks. Okay, cheers, thank you.
All right, sounds like the...
VTS Red Jet 6, hard line in permission carrying.
So that Red Eagle didn't quite have enough space to overtake.
Red Jet 6, yep, may proceed with caution. No reported traffic.
I didn't hear the
Copy, thank you.
Didn't hear Queen Anne's reply, but I wonder if she said she'll slow down, because it looks like there's a lot of space there, but they like to allow a good margin for error.
Queen Anne, BTS, still received. Traffic update, Fairway, Motherbank Boy, inbound now. Nordic Ray, boarding at Sturbridge at 17:45, then inbound. Followed by the Ocean Marlin. She'll disembark one passenger, and then she'll be heading outbound. Over. Ocean Marlin, that's the survey vessel following the Nordic Ray. She'll disembark one crew member at the Sturbridge Buoy, and then she'll head back outbound to the nav.
Maybe the Queen Anne will let the ferry in front. I'm not sure. Queen Anne is travelling at 11.7 knots. The ferry at 11.4. You'd think there'd be enough space, but like I say, they're quite cautious. There's only 11.7 knots. 11.3. And there's the SP Pathfinder there, the Southampton Patrol, travelling at 17 knots. And the Solar Wind. Obviously, some sort of pleasure vessel. Still pretty close. I don't know, maybe Queen Anne. No, well, Queen Anne's going slightly faster. So I think the ferry's going to remain around this side and then probably slow down as passing the Bramble here and let the Queen Anne go around the outside. I've got a few more films to release. I'm not sure I'm going to get many of them out before Christmas. We haven't got many days left without ships on. I'll take them away with me, edit them when I'm away.
Minyanku, the Fairway.
Ah, the Fairway now's on the radio. We can hear the Fairway. Fairway's all the way down here in the Solent. There you go. That's the Fairway. That's the tank.
Fairway, Minyanku. Hi, Darcy.
There's the Minyanku.
Hello, Jace. At this draft, just going to dodge round that 12-metre patch. So I'll see red to red, but I'll be slightly middle of channel, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no problems. We'll move over onto the red.
There you go. They're just arranging their passing. So it looks like I think there's a shallow spot of land in here, and I think the fairway is going to be a little bit south. So he's just warning the Ingmanku that he has seen him and he's not going to crash into him. So it looks like the Queen Anne, we might see the Queen Anne and the fairway pass each other. Queen Anne still has a fair distance to go around Cowshot Spit and Bramble Bank. Currently at 11.8 knots, and the fairway's at 10.6 knots. So yeah, I think they'll probably go to pass. We might get them on Cowshot Cam. On Cow's Cam. We may not. Going to make things tricky for Red Eagle. Just have to thread the needle between two passing ships. There's Red Eagle. 11 knots. Queen Anne, 11.7. The inside line. Taking the racing line, just kissing the bank here. And the fairway is here with pass. She'll be passing red to red the Minyanku. 16.4 knots for the Minyanku. 10.6 for the fairway. Actually, I'm going to have a quick look through the movements and see if we've got any movements on Christmas Day. Can't tell you. Doesn't go that far. I know we have no cruise ship movements, but I wonder if we had other vessels. We have a couple of ferries on Christmas Day. I typically do my Christmas Day live stream, although I think it's gone wonky for most years. I'll have to practice the day before. Every time I've tried to do it the last couple of days, we've had wind or rain, or as I've gone to take off, we've had a software update and it's stopped the live stream working. Constant battle with technology.
GSL Crystal Elizabeth, Southampton BTS. Yes, call again when underway.
There we go, looking straight down the bow of Queen Anne. So we've got a number of cardinal markers here on the map. So that's the fairway there. So she's keeping quite close to these markers here. So that one there means keep south.
VTS red, Osprey northwest in.
That cardinal there also means
Red Osprey, VTS, that's to receive, may proceed with caution. No reported traffic, over.
Thank you.
Keep west, so you've got to keep south of that one and keep west of that one, so that's why you come along here and then go up that way. And that one is keep east, so keep on that side of it. This one here is keep north, so between that one and that one, basically, it's where you need to be. And then there's some various other markers along here marking the channel. So as you can see, the Min Yang is starting to head a little bit south, and the vessel's going to pass red to red. Red lights on the port side, green on the starboard side. And look, there we go. In the distance, on the other side of Carashot's bit, we can see the Queen Anne. Red Eagle's fallen right back now. She's fallen back to 6.4 knots, letting the Queen Anne overtake. So I'm guessing the Queen Anne and the fairway are going to pass round about here. I think we might miss them on Cow's Cap. That would be slightly annoying, wouldn't it? Yeah, and then obviously the Red Eagle needs to go here into East Cows. Mini Beast. What's Mini Beast? I'm not sure what Mini Beast is, but it's doing 20 knots. Well, the shipmate Sheet Music Store says where the 12 Days of Music video gone capture. Well, the live stream hasn't gone anywhere. I'm actually need to make up the film. I haven't done it yet today. Well, I was going to do it today. Why didn't I do it today? Actually, no, I'm going to do it this evening. That's what I meant to say. I do need to do that one. Yeah. Thank you for all the reminders there, shipmates. I'll try and get that out. Maybe I'll try and get it out later today. The 12 Days of Shipmas, sung by some excellent members of the channel.
BTS fairway south side.
Fairway BTS will receive traffic update. Queen Anne Fawn Channel outbound. Intends north of the ride middle. Board in the next 5 minutes or so at the Leap for Eames Strait. Over.
Thank you.
Yeah, evening, Jim. How you doing?
Jason.
I don't know if you heard that. They said that the Eames Strait was boarding at the Leap. So the Pathfinder we saw earlier, she's here, heading down towards the Eames Strait, and the pilots will get on board off of Leap here. So this is Leap Beach, Gull Island. So yeah, Leap Beach is just here. So they'll drop off the pilot and then they'll be able to safely navigate in. Not often we see too many ships coming in this way, but Eames Strait is on the small side, only 89 metres long. So the Min Yanku has passed the fairway. Fairway still doing almost 11 knots. Tog Phoenix has turned up, ready to escort the fairway to Fawley. And you see there's the Red Eagle allowing the Queen Anne to go past. Queen Anne sped up now to 12.6 knots. He's motoring along. Oh, there, Hans Olav Mork from Bergen, if I remember correctly, up in Norway. I hope you're well, shipmate. I have to take off my jumper. It's getting a bit warm in my cabin. With their hands, he's asking, is this ship travelling to Norway? No, it's just off to Hamburg, Rotterdam and Zeebrugge. A little European, Northern European city tour. We are expecting... Oh, it looks like the tug is getting really close now to the Phoenix. There we go. Probably about to connect up any time now, I would think. Queen Anne is turning hard to port. Solent's looking a little bit choppier now. It was looking all right earlier on when it was light. We'll probably see the Red Eagle in the background at some point. The question is, are we going to see the Queen Anne and the Fairway in the same shot? I'm not sure. I think we might, you know. I think it's going to be quite close. I might see about following the Fairway up, but probably not going to see a great deal. Tankers don't tend to be very well illuminated, unlike the Cunard's Queen Anne here, which is beautifully illuminated. Excellent banner comment says, how we had the banner? Yes, 10 minutes into the broadcast, the captain put his banner up. Gave everyone a shock that time. Does look like she's got a bit of a lean, old Queen Anne. She's at 12 knots. Heading towards the fairway. Fairway still 10 knots.
BTS, Red Jet 6. Good evening to you. Town Quay to Cows, please.
Red Jet 6 BTS, yep, may proceed. Traffic update. Fairway VLCC. Southside Middle now inbound clear channel. And the Eames Strait boarding at the leap inbound over.
That's all safe, thank you.
Yeah, we can see the Eames Strait. There you go. There's the SP patrol right alongside, so they'll be dropping off the pilots. Look how close they're getting. Almost there, I would say. Almost getting him on board. Yeah, getting really close. There'll be a ladder on the side of the ship that he'll climb up. Sometimes there's a rope ladder, sometimes there's an opening hatch, sometimes there's a ladder, like a gangway that they drop down. Deposit the pilot on board so he can navigate the Eames Strait back into port. And it looks like the E's are illuminated, in fact. Oh, I wonder if it's just difficult to see them at that angle we're at, or if someone's gone up there and turned them on. Because they definitely weren't illuminated earlier. Oh, shipmate Hans is asking when the next trip to Norway Queen Anne is. Let's have a quick look. Looks like April will be the next... She's the 30th of April. It's an 11-day round trip to Norwegian fields, calling it Hamburg, Ulsund, Mold, Trondheim, Skjolden, and then back to
Security, security, security. All ships, all ships, all ships. This is Southampton VTS of a navigational warning. Information, containers are adrift in the vicinity of the nav tower. Positions unknown. Vessels are to pass south of the outer nav buoy and a minimum of 1 nautical mile west of the nav tower. All mariners are to keep a good lookout and navigate with extreme caution. Report any sightings of containers to Southampton VTS on channel 12. Southampton VTS out.
Don't think we're quite... Well, we might do. It's going to be close. So there's the fairway, 11 knots. Queen Anne, 14.2.
BTS Nordic Ray, passing ports inbound on the way to pilot station Foxtrot.
Nordic Ray, BTS still received. Traffic update, 1 outbound vessel, the Queen Anne.
It's Nordic Ray.
They will pass north of the right middle. Over.
She's picking up
Copy that, thank you.
a pilot, probably from pilot vessel Mayflower, and heading into the port of Southampton. It's really quite a busy day today, isn't it, shipmates? Surprisingly busy for a Sunday. So I'm still wondering if we're going to see these two ships on the screen at the same time. I'm feeling they might pass each other just out of the range of the camera, unfortunately. Queen Anne's heading slightly more up northerly. The fairway is heading more or less directly due west. Fairway at 11 knots, Cunard at 16 knots now. A suspicion that they're going to pass about here, which I don't think we can see. Shipmates says that Hans asks about the Norwegian itineraries just to get the captain to pronounce difficult names. Yes, I know. Funny thing is, every year Hans teaches me how to say them correctly, and then I forget, and then I come back later and I pronounce them all incorrectly.
Evening, chaps.
Cheers, Alex. Thank you.
But we can see. It must be quite clear tonight. We can see the Cunard on the other side of Cowshot Spit now, over on the Isle of Wight side. So I don't know if I can see the container, the tanker there, though. Not sure. Yeah, Cunard taking quite a northerly tract here. I imagine the fairway's keeping as southerly as she can.
GSR Chris Elizabeth, that's all received. Do not pass your pilot station until the pilot is on board. Over. All received.
Shipmate Hans from Norway
Straight to Southampton VTM.
says he's going to be in Mould when Cunard was there. And by the way, he was born in Mould. Born in Mould. Not familiar with Mould. Not seen that one before.
Team straight BTS all received. Traffic update. Fairway there. Approaching Prince Consort. In for SO. Clear channel. Over.
Follow up behind it.
Eventually, the Red Eagle snuck past.
All received.
She's going to be a few minutes late arriving in Cowes, but I'm sure the passengers wouldn't mind. They've had a great view sailing down Southampton water off Cunard. They probably enjoyed that. Shipmate Riot Retro Gaming says, it's amazing to think that when someone mentions Titanic, you think of a huge cruise ship. But by today's standards, she's really quite small. She is indeed not very big at all. Probably smaller than any of the cruise ships we see in port, actually. How many gross tons was Titanic? Yes. She's probably 46,000 gross tons. Let's have a look. How does that compare with sort of Fred Olsen, Balmoral? I think that's probably going to be similar. That'd be my guess. Let's have a look. Yes, pretty much. Titanic's pretty much the same size as Fred Olsen, Balmoral. Yeah, weight capacity. Thinking any second now we're going to see the tanker fairway come onto our screen, I would think. Yep, there we go.
We're ticking around a ball.
Like I say, you don't see a great deal with the tankers. They tend to be quite dark in comparison. No balconies, no cabins, no illuminated funnels. That is the tanker fairway obstructing our view. Fairway is 274 metres long, 48 metres in breadth. That is the tug accompanying her from the stern, Phoenix. Well, shipmates, hope you've enjoyed that one. I shall be broadcasting Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week. I shall try and arrange the pub quiz for Thursday. I've got a few more films coming out. The 12 Days of Shipmas and a few more bits and pieces to come out as we go. If you haven't subscribed, please do think about subscribing. It does cost a penny, helps the channel out massively. I really appreciate it. If you are a member of the channel, a PayPal donor or a Patreon, many thanks for your continued support of the channel. And of course, most of all, many thanks to the Blue Spanner crew for looking after the chat in this live stream and all the other live streams. Till next time, shipmates.
End strand, the fairway.
Southampton VPX, Ocean Marlin.
Aim straight, Southampton VTS.
Aim straight.